Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video. And in today's video, we're diving into Gacha Challenge Heavily Demon 2 with the new Tobi Roppo Legends. So that's the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive in. Now, I was lucky enough to pull Who's Who, which is good because he's actually the one that I wanted. But in today's video, we are showcasing the hybrid captains of Black Maria and Who's Who. Now, with the release of these two legends and Sasaki, they all sort of work in tandem with each other. And honestly, Bandai releasing 3 legends, huge vomit. Please don't ever do that ever again. Especially with the fact that they all sort of work together. Nevertheless, they are very strong captains. Whether you pulled 1 or 2, you can sort of like hybrid them up very, very well. Black Maria, in my opinion, is probably the most useful. She's probably going to see the most play. Who's Who to me is like the strongest, and I just like love his kit. End of turn damage, hitting perfects. Very similar to Akainu and X-Drake, which is great to get around stuff like resilience. And then the ability to have like those chain shenanigans. Unfortunately for me, I think Sasuke got the sort of lower end of the stick. I haven't had too much chance to play with the unit, but I do think he has the most lackluster captain ability. He only gives 1 turn of cooldown, where Who's Who gives 2. He makes tandem and power recovery orbs matching, but for powerhouse units, like that's not great because of the Zunesha. So he sort of sees the most use in terms of his support, Sasaki, but he does have a very good special. He does have a very solid captain ability, and he has a very, very good superclass. With these units came, obviously, a super tandem mechanic. Now, super tandem is, like, the biggest rave that's going on right now, and Bandai is literally, like sucking it dry to the point where, like, they just want super tandem to function so well. However, with these 3 units, I think their super tandems are just garbage. Straight up, hot garbage. The fact that, depending on which one you use, they don't boost their color is very, very annoying to me. Now, I get the whole like defensive shenanigans is their big gimmick, right? Who's Who removes damage reduction, Sasaki is threshold, and Black Maria's defense up. But if you hit with a tandem slot, and then you have like any of the Kaido Beast Pirates, basically being the Tobi Roppo, the headliners, and Kaido himself, you can actually get an attack boost to 2 colors. If you do it with Who's Who, you get Dex and Quick. Black Maria is Strength and Dex, and then Sasaki is Quick and Strength. Now, if you notice there, it's not the actual color of that particular unit. Who's Who, when you get his Super Tandem, will reduce the damage reduction, which is great and all, but it's just not something that you'll see too much. Nevertheless, when it does work, it's going to be very, very good. He does then do an attack boost, the Super Tandem attack boost, to Quick and Dex characters. Now, that doesn't include himself. So if you attack with him last on the Super Tandem, he's not actually getting the buff that it applies. I just don't understand why they didn't make it all 3 colors for all 3 units. I think that would have just made way more sense, because all the units are actually Strength, Dex, and Quick boosters. Now, as long as you have a Strength, a Dex, and a Quick character on the team, they will have their monstrous buff. Now, Black Maria has some utility, so she is a little bit of a lower multiplier, but Mr. Who's Who is like a 5.4 times flat rate captain for Strength, Dex, and Quick, provided you have 1 of every color. And as you guys are noticing in this run, we're actually making sure that we have either Vivi or Wanda available every single time we switch, so that way we have the Dex captain. It's very reminiscent to, like, Lucy. With Legend Lucy, you had to have the 3 colors on the team. If you didn't, you lost a whole bunch of damage output. With these characters, if you don't have the 3 colors, you lose a drastic amount of damage. So you do need to make sure, if you're using dual characters, that you have a way to make sure that you have your Strength, your Dex, and your Quick characters on the team. Running hybrid versions of these characters works quite nicely because it actually satisfies 2 of them, and then on the team, you just have to bring the other one. Obviously, the way they want you to run these units is like hybriding 2 of them up and then bringing another one as a sub, or like running double and then you bringing both of them as a sub if you got lucky enough to pull them. But 3 legend banners can just honestly go jump off the highest bridge of the peak of the tallest mountain and never come back unless it's an anniversary. Anniversary is the only time we should see like triple legend banners. And seeing triple, where'd your tattoo go, man? Seeing triple legends on a banner that isn't like a celebration to me is just absolute vomit. Like, it's just huge vomit, and I don't want to see it ever again. But as you guys will see in this particular run, we do manage to get the Super Tandem effect. Now, I'm running 2 Black Marias here, so I actually have access to Who's Who's Super Tandem effect, as well as obviously bringing the hybrid meta of Who's Who and Black Maria allows you to get their super classes. Now, they're both powerhouse super classes, and I don't really know how I feel about that, if I'm completely honest. So is Sasaki as well, like he's a powerhouse super class. It's very annoying because Blackbeard literally just came out, and he was a powerhouse superclass as well. We also have Katakuri, so that makes 5 superclass powerhouse units. But everyone was like shouting at Bandai to be like, how is Blackbeard not a driven superclass unit? And everyone was like, well, look, we just got Kid, I guess, like, so I can understand why they didn't do another driven superclass when we just got Kid. And then they go and go whack bang straight after powerhouse, and they drop another 3. Like, just absolutely bonkers to me. I think it's a very strange choice of like the superclass mechanic. I think just making them super types would have been way better. I understand you want to build the team out with like strength, dex, and quick, but at least you're getting more benefits, because team building for these guys is not that challenging if you are just looking at the strength, dex, and quick component. But if then you start trying to weasel in like powerhouse units, it can be very, very finicky. In today's video, as you guys see, we actually no-stalled DOFFY 2 fairly easily. No crazy supports or anything, but with the help of obviously Carrot and Wonder being just like a base-ass unit, it makes it very possible because Who's Who gives cooldowns and stuff. Black Marie as a captain can get around paralysis, and all works out pretty hunky-dory. But all in all, I do think these units are solid. I don't think they're game-breaking or anything like that. Black Maria already does a lot of stuff that like other characters do as captains. Obviously, honestly, she's the best. Probably Lore, actually. I was going to say she's probably the best quick character that does the paralysis removal mechanic, but with Super Tandem Lore being a thing, I think Lore just is a much better character if you like have the Free Spirit and Cerebral team set up. However, building a Strength, Dex, and Quick team is, like I said, it's very reminiscent to the old Lucy days where you just power crept everything. And if you can actually like set this up quite nicely, these units are going to do absolute monstrous bits. They also work amazingly as great subs for obviously superclass Kaido, especially Sasaki because he's a powerhouse and a striker unit as well. So hybriding those two up is going to be great because then you're rocking the double superclass strats as well. So the units, they're pretty good. We'll talk about them more once we get into our tier list video, which I'll probably record tomorrow. But I did want to get some content out utilizing these units because I did want to have some sort of prep time to actually talk about some things before we dive straight into that video. Hopefully I'll have like some playtime with Sasaki. Obviously I didn't pull him, so like trying to find friend captains and find a place where he's really good is going to be super interesting. But like I said, running strength, dex, and quick teams, it's a lot of fun. It works very, very well. It works very, very efficiently. Just don't get wrapped up in the whole like wanting to bring a whole bunch of powerhouse units on the team too, because you've got a superclass powerhouse unit. Their superclasses are great though. All of them have pretty good superclasses. They all have pretty good specials, and they all have solid captain abilities. I think they're just kind of there. But if you did enjoy the video, belt the like button. If you're new, hit that big red subscribe button wherever you are in this beautiful world. Please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later!